Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jai Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramai. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishubhai Paramamsa Bharivaja Kacharya Ashtara Sata Sri Srimati Grace et si Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishubhai Paramamsa Bharivaja Kacharya Ashtara Sata Sri Srimati Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Seko Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavana Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai, Sri Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai, Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vasavudade, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pacharine, Nirvesesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Devatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, 27th chapter, sloka number 3. Taya upagudaha parirabdha kandaraha rahaha anumantahi apakrishta chetanaha kalaramhaha bubudhe duratyayam diva nisha iti pramada parigraha. Tayo pagoda parirabdha kandaro Raho Numantrairapakೃಷ್ಣ Chetanaha Nakalaramho Bhubudhe Duratyayam Diva Niseti Pamada Parigraha Tayo Pagudha Parirabdha Kandaro Raho Numantrairapakೃಷ್ಣ Chetanaha Nakalaramho Bhubudhe Duratyayam Diva Niseti Pamada Parigraha Tayo Pagudha Parirabdha Kandaro Raho Numantrairapakೃಷ್ಣ Chetanaha Nakalaramho Bubudhe Duratyayam Diva Niseti Pamada Parigraha Vaishnavis Taya by the queen Upagudaha was embraced Parirabdha embraced Kandaraha shoulders Rahaha in a solitary place Anumantrahi by joking words Apakೃಷ್ಣ Chetanaha having degraded consciousness Na not Kala Ramhaha the passing of time Bubudhe was aware of Duratyayam impossible to overcome Diva day Nisa night Iti thus Pramada by the woman Parigraha captivated. Translation Queen Puranjani embraced the king, and the king also responded by embracing her shoulders. In this way, in a solitary place, they enjoyed joking words. Thus King Puranjana became very much captivated by his beautiful wife and deviated from his good sense. He forgot that the passing of days and nights meant that his span of life was being reduced without profit. Please repeat. King Puranjani embraced the king, and the king also responded by embracing her shoulders. In this way, in a solitary place, they enjoyed joking words. Thus King Puranjana became very much captivated by his beautiful wife and deviated from his good sense. He forgot that the passing of days and nights meant that his span of life was being reduced without profit. Purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The word Pramada in this verse is very significant. A beautiful wife is certainly enlivening to her husband, but at the same time is the cause of degradation. The word Pramada means enlivening as well as maddening. Generally, a householder does not take the passing of days and nights very seriously. A person in ignorance takes it as the usual course that days come and after the days, the nights come. This is the law of material nature. But a man in ignorance does not know that when the sun rises early in the morning, it begins to take away the balance of his life. Thus, day after day, the span of one's life is reduced, and forgetting the duty of human life, the foolish man simply remains in the company of his wife and enjoys her in a secluded place. Such a condition is called Apakrishta Chetana, or degraded consciousness. Human consciousness should be used for elevation to Krishna consciousness. But when a person is too much attracted to his wife and family affairs, he does not take Krishna consciousness very seriously. He thus becomes degraded, not knowing that he cannot buy back even a second of his life in return for millions of dollars. The greatest loss in life is passing time without understanding Krishna. Every moment of our lives should be utilized properly, and the proper use of life is to increase devotional service to the Lord. Without devotional service to the Lord, the activities of life become simply a waste of time. Sramaivahi kevalam. Simply by becoming dutiful, we do not make any profit in life. As confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, first skanda, second chapter, sloka 8, Dharma sanushtita pumsam vishvaksena katha suyaha notpadayet yadiratim samaevahi kevalam. If, after performing one's occupational duty very perfectly, one does not make progress in Krishna consciousness, it should be understood that he has simply wasted his time in valueless labor. Om Jnana Timidandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. this chapter entitled Attack by Chandabega on the city of King Puranjana. So King Puranjana, according to the story narrated by Narada Muni to King Prachina Barishat, to give him some lesson of life. What is the meaning of life? How to spend life usefully, not wasting time. He is narrating the story of King Puranjana, as we have seen from the previous chapter. King Puranjana went to the forest for hunting animals, killing them, indulging in sinful activities. He is the ordinary conditioned soul. Now he came back to his city, that is his own intelligence is there waiting for him in the shape of his wife. And as seen earlier, the wife was just lamenting about the absence of her husband. Now the two have met again, husband and wife, and the husband is begging forgiveness, as we have seen in the earlier sloka, and he is speaking sweetly to his wife. Please don't mind, I was out for just a few days, now I've come back, so please consider I'm your husband. Let us be together as before. Like that, he's speaking sweetly, and the wife is coming back to her happy mood after taking baths and taking uh, uh, breakfast or lunch. And now she is putting beautiful ornaments and dress. So she appears in front of her husband in a very beautiful manner. And it seems that now everything is okay. All the dispute is over. Everything is being reconciled in a proper manner. Husband and wife again meet together in a very joyful manner. So everything seems to be perfect in this marriage situation. So this is story given by Narada Muni just to explain to King Prachina Barishat that life is certainly meant for something more than that. Just meeting wife in a happy mood, that is not the goal of life. In a human shape, human beings are meant to engage in Krishna consciousness, that is, trying to understand Atato Brahma Jigyasa. First sutra of Vedanta is now that we have gone through all these experiences, we have enjoyed all the pleasures of life, we have gone all and we have done all types of even pious activities, and now that we have gone through all these stages of life, now is the time to inquire about the absolute truth. Unless we take this step in life, at some time in life, we shall not be able to understand what is the meaning of human life. Human life is only meant for that. Let us inquire about the absolute truth. And what is the absolute truth? Janma Jasya Yataha. That which is the origin of everything, which is maintaining everything, which is the ultimate destroyer of everything. So that should be understood, and by going through the Brahma Sutras and their commentary, the Srimad Bhagavatam, then we understand. If we go through all these studies, that from the spiritual master and from the great sages and from the Shastra, by studying very carefully, then we shall be able to understand Lord Krishna is the absolute truth, the origin of everything. And in this way, we shall engage ourselves in his service. But here, according to the story, wife and husband, Puranjana and his wife, have not reached that stage. They are just enjoying time according to their own material propensities. So that is what Narada Muni wants to show to King Prachina Parishad. Don't waste your time uselessly. You are a human being. You are meant for higher purpose of life. You are a king. That means so many people are there to serve you. They will come to your palace. They will pay obeisances. They will give donation. They will praise you. They will glorify you. That is not your ultimate duty. Your duty, of course, should be done as a protector. You have to protect the citizens. But beyond that, you have to understand what is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. And you have to implement this in your kingdom. You have to make sure that everybody should become a devotee of Krishna. In this way, you'll become a perfect king, realizing yourself as an eternal servant of Krishna and everyone else also. Everybody should be engaged in the ultimate goal of life. In this way, you become really a king. Otherwise, you will simply waste your life. So Narada Muni is telling this story. So here the shloka describes how this King Puranjana is meeting again his wife in a very favorable manner. He has cleared all the doubts from his wife and no more lamentation. Now simply being together and spending time together in a happy manner. So that is the description. What is the result of this? He said that they are embracing each other and in this way, the king Puranjana became very much captivated by his beautiful wife and deviated from his good sense. He forgot that the passing of days and nights meant that his span of life was being reduced without profit. So Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that what is the meaning of losing one's good sense and what is the meaning of missing the valuable time, wasting time. These are very important instructions that are meant for every one of us. Pramada, Prabhupada explains, first of all, Pramada is something that makes us very enlivened and at the same time mad. So there are two things here, enlivenment and maddening. So there is a spiritual enlivenment and the material maddening. Spiritual enlivenment is when we hear from the spiritual master or from the lips of a pure devotee about how to progress in our spiritual life. We are not this body. We are spirit souls, eternal servants of the personality of God as Hare Krishna. And our only occupation is to engage in the service of the Lord. This is enlivening. If we hear this properly with submission from the spiritual master and studying the Shastras like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll come to very firm conviction that I should not waste time in material affairs. I should be simply engaged in the service of Krishna, as Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru, mameva ishyasi yugdaivan atmanam atparayanaha. you engage your mind on me. You think of me always. And that throughout the life. And even at the time of death, if you are practice to think of Krishna, then at the time of death, you will not be carried away by any other thought. You will also think of Krishna, and that will be the perfection of your life. That is the ultimate test. Just like children go to school, they have exam, test. That is one type of test during the school. Uh, but the ultimate test is at the time of death. Death may come at any moment. There is no uh, former, I mean, warning that on such and such day, such and such time, you will have to die. There is no such warning. Uh, and nobody wants to die because they are thinking, oh, I have so many other things to do in life. So no, there was some, Prabhupada gave the example of a person who has got accident or a grave disease and he is on the hospital and he is almost going to pass away at any time, but that he is calling the doctor, please doctor, please give me 3 months time, only 3 months, because my business is going on, it's not completed. I have to complete some business transactions. I have to call my elder son, he has to take over and so on. So simply 3 months, then I'll be, no, I'll be ready for that. The doctor cannot even give one moment extra. Whatever has been predestined according to your karma, you have to die at a particular time. How many breaths? No, we are breathing every moment, every moment. How many breaths? That is decided even at the time of birth. From time of birth, you can breathe so many millions of times. That number is fixed. So that when that number is already exhausted, that is the time of death. You don't know that, but it's already predestined. So there is no question of uh, trying to increase the duration of life. Just like nowadays they have this method of keeping a person who is somewhat old and they keep in a freezing condition. They have this method. And in this way, they can keep a frozen man or woman for many, many years. And even after 20, 30 years, if they again revive that person, he will, as before, he'll be moving here and there. If he is really frozen in a proper condition, he can extend his life like this. But they are thinking, oh, okay, then we can increase our life by 200, 300, 500 years in that condition. So that is not possible. You cannot increase anything. It is only that frozen condition is part of life also. Your life is also going also, even at that time, even though you may not be conscious of it. So those who are in ignorance, they don't perceive the passage of time. As shown here in this sloka, this Puranjana is not seeing that days and nights are being spent. He is thinking, I'm enjoying very nicely with my wife. There is no dispute. Everything is very nice. So in this way, he does not see the passage of days and nights. That is a symptom of ignorance. As Prabhupada explains in the purport, that time does not wait for anybody. You may think that you are enjoying your time, you don't see passage of time, but time The time factor is beyond your comprehension. As Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmi, Sarva Kshayat Krit, Salva Loka Kshayat Krit. That means Lord Krishna is time. The time is Krishna himself. The power of time is unlimited. As Krishna says, I am the time factor. That means unlimited power of time. And what is the time function? The time destroys everything. Everything in course of time is being destroyed. So that is the force of time, which nobody should forget. And as Janaka Pandit also, Prabhupada, quoting some time from Janaka Pandit, that time is so valuable that even 1 second, suppose now it is now 12 December 9:04 in the morning, and 12 seconds, oh no, 20 seconds, like that. Suppose now next I see my watch now, same day, same minute, and 5 seconds have elapsed. Can I recall these 5 seconds? Can I? No, it is not possible. These 5 seconds have gone. And as Chanakya Pandit says, that even if I put crores of rupees, any amount of money, I cannot purchase back this time, even 5 seconds, even 1 second, you cannot purchase back by giving any amount of money. As Prabhupada mentions here, Prabhupada mentions in dollars, American dollars. Somewhere in the purport it was there. So anyway, yes. And thus he becomes degraded, not knowing that he cannot buy back even a second of his life in return for millions of dollars. So either any currency, any amount of money, any amount of gold, anything cannot buy back the time factor, even 1 second. That is the importance of time. Therefore, one should be very careful about not wasting time and utilizing time from the very beginning. We take birth, we do not know what's happening. We are just coming out of the womb of the mother, and other mother, father, relatives are coming, and they see, oh, this beautiful baby, and we don't know. We are just like that. We are not aware what is going on. Like that, for 5 years, we are small babies. We are trying to walk. We are going here and there. We have no idea what's going to happen next. After that, we go to school. We learn so many things. We are spending time like this in accumulating material knowledge. And the exams are there. And then one grade to another next grade. And we are making friends. We are doing some plays. We are indulging in the sports plays with friends and so on. So we are spending time like that. Then after age of 15, when we grow an adolescent, we are being attracted to other women. And then we are also trying to play like this in a different manner. Then the age of marriage, selecting proper wife by the parents who are in this way getting married. And then just like Puranjana, associating with his wife like this, we associate with one's wife. For so many years, up till the age of 40, 50, like this, we are spending life and earning money, going for job. We have no time for anything else. We spend so much time and endeavor to earn money, and we come back in the night and then meet wife in this way in the early morning again back to their job. So retirement, then we become sick, we become disabled. So what can we do then? We are just simply spending time, nothing doing, just waiting, paying for the doctor. Doctor is coming, injections, medicines, and then the court cases are there. We have to pay the advocates. Whatever money we have accumulated that is being spent like this, practically their whole life will be spent like this in being engaged in material activities. We may think that we are doing our duty, as Prabhupada quotes from the Srimad Bhagavatam at the end of the purport. We are, in this way, we are trying to do our duty in life. We think that human beings are dutiful. And if we can do our duty as a good boy, as a good husband, as a good father, grandfather, like this, then our life will be perfect. Then that will be the end of life. We think there is nothing else. So we have not understood about anything about the goal of life. Simply being completely covered by the modes of rajas and tamas. So Prabhupada quotes that from the Srimad Bhagavatam, that dharma sanushkita punsam vishwaksena kata suyaha notpadayet yadiratim samaivahi kevalam. If after dharma sanushkita, if a human being is very well established in his own dharma, Brahmana dharma, Kshatriya dharma, Vaishya dharma, Shudra dharma, if he engages himself in his particular duty according to his position, but Vishwaksena Katasuya Notpadayet, he has no attraction, he has not lent his ear, he has not heard about the glories of Vishwaksena. Vishwaksena Katha, Krishna Katha, if he has not spent time and endeavor to become enlightened in the matter of Krishna Katha, then Sama Evahi Kevalam. He may think that my life has been fulfilled very nicely. I have done my duty, but as the Bhagavatam says, Srama Evahi Kevalam. Srama means simply hard labor. Nothing beyond that. Nothing more than that. Just like you may work hard pulling your rickshaw and foam coming from your mouth, just like horses are pulling the chariot, foam is coming out of their mouth. So that is srama, that is symptom. Srama ivahi kevalam, hard work, and nothing more than that, simply foam coming out of your mouth. Because, why? Because Vishwaksena Kata Suya not padayat. You have not been attracted by the Krishna Katha. So Krishna Katha is the essence of life. By Sravanam, by hearing faithfully from Krishna Katha, from the spiritual master, one can understand what is the meaning of life, what is the value of life. Otherwise, simply endeavoring to fulfill one's duty, ordinary duty, just like animals are also doing their duties. The mother wolf is a very ferocious animal, but wolf will be very careful to protect her children. The she wolf, she'll be very alert that nobody should disturb the children, the small baby wolves. So she is doing her duty. And if somebody comes to disturb, the wolf will attack. That is also our duty. So if we are doing also our duty like animals, then what is the difference between man and animals? Man has a higher goal of life. That is why Prahlad Maharaj is telling that Kaumara Charet Pragyo Dharmam Bhagavatamiha and Durlabam Manusham Janma Tadapi Adruvam Artadam. One should be engaged in the brahmachari life from the age of 5. Brahmacharya, Gurukule, Vasandanto, Guruhitam, in the service of the spiritual master from the young age of 5, so that one will be able to understand that human life is very rare. Among 8 million, 4 lakh species of life, there are 4 lakh species, 4 lakh types of human beings. And after achieving this human life, durlabam, very rare. Tadapi adruvam, it is also momentary. It is only a few years, maybe maximum 70, 80, maximum 100 in Kali Yuga. And the Satya Yuga, 1 lakh years, like this, decreasing gradually. Treta Yuga, 10,000, and Dwapara Yuga, 1,000 years. Just like we see in the Bible, Mathulasam. Mathulasam lived for 950 years, according to Bible. When we were reading this, we were thinking, it's not possible. This is some exaggeration. But actually, in the life we came to know afterwards, reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, that in the age of Dwapara, up to 1,000 years. So Mathulasam, as described in the Bible, is somebody from previous age, Dwapara Yuga. Kali Yuga, now maximum 100 years, and it is decreasing. At the end of Kali Yuga, after 4,32,000 years, if a person lives up to the age of 20, he'll be considered to be a grand old man. So at any moment, there is no warning from the time factor. Time devours everything. That is the law of nature. So in this way, if we tadapi adruvam artadam, it is meaningful. So that is very encouraging. Prahlad Maharaj is giving this advice from the age of 5. Must be engaged in the service of the Lord, serving the spiritual master, learning from the Vedic scriptures, and becoming enlightened. In this way, after the training is over, one can go back to his father, mother, and one can pursue human life either as a Naishtiki brahmachari, one can remain brahmachari throughout life, or if you want, you can also get married, but that marriage will be having a spiritual meaning. Man, woman coming together under the tie of marriage, according to Vedic scripture, according to the teachings of the Acharya, that has a special significance. It is to be engaged in Krishna consciousness together. So that is the instruction of Srila Prabhupada that all his disciples also received. From the very beginning, Srila Prabhupada trained his disciples in brahmacharya. But Prabhupada could also see, understand that the Western world, the American society, there is no training. They are not trained, all these boys, in brahmacharya. So at that later on it becomes difficult to understand and to practice brahmachari life because already they had gone through so many association with the women, and it is very difficult again to understand how to live as a brahmachari. So many of them practice brahmacharya under Srila Prabhupada's guidance, but many of them also became married under the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada told them, now you are coming together, husband and wife. This is for life. It is not that within 1 month you can divorce, because in these modern societies that is very common. Prabhupada came to know, he was telling that I heard that a woman got divorced within 2 times within 1 month. He got married, divorced in 1 week, again married, divorced after 1 week. Within 1 month, 2 divorces. Prabhupada came to know that the example he was giving. So it is very common. So this marriage, according to Vedic system, is only for pursuing spiritual life together. And that is very auspicious. And Srila Prabhupada also instructed all his Grihastha disciples to be engaged in this way in Krishna consciousness along with their wife. Sometimes temple president, his wife also is there, like a co-president, and they are engaged, or they are engaged in book distribution together, or they are engaged in any cooking, or in this way, pujari also. In this way, so many services are there for women also to be engaged. So husband and wife in this way can be engaged, and that will be favorable. And begetting children for the sake of making them devotees of the Lord, not just increasing the population. That is not the objective. Objective is that there is a need for more and more devotees. So that is very good. If the disciples getting married and children becoming devotees of the Lord, that is also very favorable. In this way, Prabhupada started a Gurukul system, and so that the children of the Grihastha disciples can be trained up as brahmacharis and Krishna consciousness from the age of 5. So that was the teaching that Prabhupada gave us, that in this way we can understand. King Puranjana is not going in that way. He is simply enamored by the association with his wife and engaged in material activities without real spiritual understanding. So that is what should be avoided. Yad yartad karmanon yata loko yam karma bandhana. Lord Krishna says that all activities, including marriage life and so on, can be only for the sake of Lord Krishna. Yagya. Yagyartad karmanon yat loko yam karma bandha. Otherwise, if it is not done so, this karma will simply entangle us in material life. Life after life. We have to take birth again and again. Karma is not giving us liberation from this world of birth and death. It is only when karma is done for the pleasure of Lord Krishna, by being engaged in Krishna consciousness. In this way, we can pursue our karma, but for the sake of Krishna. Then only there will be elevation to Krishna consciousness, and then we can achieve perfection in this lifetime. Otherwise, no. Earlier, uh, after the British left India after their independence, the new rulers of India, the ministers and so on, those who took charge of the administration of India, they became uh, very much enthusiastic in um, encouraging everyone to be very active. As long as the British people were there, then there was a tendency to relax. British people are doing everything, so we can relax and take it easy. After their departure, then all the Indian population had to take charge of everything. They have to manufacture everything, they have to use everything, they have to make profit, they have to increase the economy and so on. So much to be done in competition with other nations. So the slogan at that time was "Work is worship." That was the slogan. I remember clearly at that time that was the main slogan. Indian people naturally they're engaged in worship, worshiping the deities, going to temples and so on. But the new rulers, they were thinking, if the people are simply going to temples, then what will happen to the economy? It will not progress. So they wanted to have this advice. You work. Work is worship. You need not worship anybody else. No need to go to a temple and spend so much time, energy in temple activity. You simply work. You do your business. You will progress. That will be the success of India. Work is worship. So when Achyutananda Swami was giving his lectures, he was telling people about this slogan and telling them that that is not correct. That is not true. Work for Krishna is worship. That is a correct slogan to be adopted. Work for Krishna is worship, not simply work is worship. So this we remember yagyartad karmanonyatra lokoyam karmabandhana. If you simply work for the sake of work, then you are implicated. You may be very happy with your wife. You may forget how the days and nights are passing. You forget. You are happy. But that is not the meaning of life. Work for yagya. That is the real. Then there also, as you become devotee of the Lord, you will forget how time is passing. So there are two types of forgetfulness in this way. The material forgetfulness, tamagun. If you are immersed in tamagun, you will forget days and nights. You simply engage in material sinful activities. If you become pure devotee, there also you will forget your time. Days and nights you will forget how the time is passing. Simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And go to the spiritual world where there is no time. Time is only in the material world, destroying everything. In the spiritual world, there is no creation, there is no destruction, there is no passage of time. That is the ultimate goal of life. No time factor can disturb you. Eternally happy in the service of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Any other questions or comments? All right. Hare Krishna.